It's actually kind of warm in here. I don't know what happened. Like, I think it just got warm outside for, like, some reason. Yeah. Anyway, I've got a couple games sent in by Mike here. And Mike asks a very important question. How do I not fall behind? That's a pretty important big question. So I'm hoping to help him with that today. I haven't actually looked at these games yet, so we'll do that together. And we'll see if and when Mike falls behind. And maybe if you're watching this, maybe you'll fall behind, or you would fall behind if you were playing the same game yourself. So already, this is a little bit of a non-standard thing. I've talked about this before. There's nothing inherently wrong with this. But on like a really deep philosophical level, white wants to break up the board, and black wants to solidify it into a large territory. Under the assumption that the smaller the territories, the more Comey's worth. And so, I mean, this is like, it doesn't matter, you know, doesn't matter. But on some like really, really high, like alien god level, should be bad for black. But we can't actually tell. But that's just like the common sense way to think about it. I can't really say black falls behind here. This is not the moment we've been waiting for. So we'll keep going. Oh, pardon me. I still have a little bit of cough from the flu that I caught very, very end of January, early February. And, man, can't get rid of the cough. All right, so white's going to do this. Okay, so black's going to look to settle. Ooh, interesting. Is that a move? I've never seen this move before, believe it or not. Strange. Feels like you have to just do this. And this seems like maybe it's the best white can do. You know, maybe that's the best white can do. But black gets a really nice corner. And in theory should come out with Sente. I don't think white would want to risk giving up Sente. You know, white needs another move over here, maybe that one. But that one still feels over-concentrated when black just comes out here. So, yeah, when you're playing here, you're sort of giving white a chance to fix shape, which white does, and you can't really expose the defects. There's only one defect here, right? This connection. If you do it my way, you get 2 defects. And you know, granted, in my way, technically black sort of temporarily loses Sente, but it's only really temporary because white's going to respond to this. In your way, you could say, hey, this way black keeps Sente. And I would say, like, if you were absolutely going to Tanuki here, this would be fine. Like, this is an okay variation, actually. Like, if this was the biggest move on the board. But, no, I think it's biggest is to play this out this way. So that's a little mistake there, Mike, but can't say that you're behind. Okay, white's going to leave a cut. This is actually bad for white. At least it should be. Oh, no. Cut first. Yeah, I think you just play here. The problem with this, let's see if it happened. Yep, you connected, and now you're actually giving white a chance to fix. White did not fix that way. And you can say, hey, I can actually, clamp here. And you know what? That's great. You can totally do that, but this is not good enough. Like, you're only getting second line and not even necessarily eyes, whereas white actually makes a really nice development. So that'd be a really good result for white. Unfortunately for white, he does not protect the important side, and black still gets to cut. But I don't think these exchanges were absolutely necessary for helping the shape. I think it's just better to cut. Oh man, and white's going to defend the stronger side, which is reason. Actually, this side's weak too, so I mean, either way, this should be a very good result for black at this point. Maybe not as good as it could have been, but it should be a pretty good result for black. White's going to crawl. White's going to run him out. Oh, we can be more severe here. Yeah, we can totally at least do this and make white a little bit more uncomfortable. if you're worried about this cut, I don't think you have to be, right? Like, you have 4 liberties. Right now, white really only has... Well, I guess white has 4 liberties too. Sort of. Actually, it's kind of weird, because white can get sort of more. But this would be like the traditional shape move. But white has no time to play it, right? If black gets this move in, these are dead, right? There's nothing white can do here. And if white, even if white blocks now with the conventional move, still just dead. So, is there anything? White would have to play something like this. But you should have time now to play this, and in theory, should be more than enough time to just come back and fix. And you can say, hey, but then white can start this fight. But yeah, this is no good for white. You can actually just give up this stone, let white live here, and then look at this. White has 2 crappy stones. You have a corner. This is still attackable. This would all be just fine. Anyway, you went a little bit soft. Not a good peep for white. Yeah, that makes black too strong, gives black too many liberties. The shape is too well defined. Helps black. Sure. Is there anything better? I mean, of course, the move that you always want to play is this, when white extends 2 spaces next to a black stone. It looks like, you know, there's not a lot to be gained here, which is too bad. If you had, you know, anything, that could be really severe. But anyway, this is fine. Yep, good. Does that actually threaten the corner? I don't think it does. That is not a threat. So, still actually can't quite play this, it turns out. Yeah, doesn't work. Okay, but this is still a good move, and later on you have this move here. So I don't think this is Sente, so you can actually just play here now. In game you defended. Feel so sad seeing me take this. Yeah, I don't think white can do anything. Oh, maybe this. Oh, right. I was reading this. This move. This move does not kill you. Right. Because we have this type of sequence. At least I don't think it shouldn't kill you. It should be at least Seki. Is it just here? I think it's just there. And that looks a lot like a Seki. Oh no, that's Ko. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright. How does that actually should work? If white plays there, maybe you have to throw in this stone first. That seems better. Yeah. Because now when white plays here... Oh, you still can't crush. Huh, that's funny. You still can't crush it. Okay, well... There's something there. But actually, I think the more damaging move anyway is... Oops. This one. Although maybe that just solves it. Because white needs to play here and here. Oh, that's not actually true, is it? Never mind. Nope, that's... not actually true. Okay, I'm not reading these life and death well right now. Alright, so you defended, white defended. That's okay. Funny point. I would still be really hard-pressed to play this way. And the reason why I want to play this way is because this threatens to just completely seal white in. And white still kind of has a shape problem, believe it or not. There's not guaranteed 2 eyes down here yet. But the other reason is when you play this, white can actually sort of attack you from this side while getting more liberties and getting out. And it's not entirely clear that that move helps. I don't know, this just feels, yeah, it feels like the wrong... Actually, white pushes up, which is very similar. I would play this side pretty instinctually. And if you're worried about this cut is nothing, right? No cut there. So yeah, and if you do get this stronger, right? I mean, if white really leans on this and makes you strong, then you're going to pincer this whole white group here and make a group there without too much hassle, actually. Where in this is very flabby. It's very non-direct. See, you played sort of like two like very soft moves that are kind of directionless, where it's sort of like white can just come back and make eyes, and it's not very clear what you've gotten. So yeah, that's actually very similar, right? This is very similar to what I just was thinking. So if we can lean on this group and then we can attack this one, that would be a better direction of play. Nope, that doesn't do anything, right? What are you trying to cut off 2 stones? You're looking at this type of cut? Oh, maybe. Maybe not, actually. White just does this, right? And you actually can't get enough liberties to win this capturing race. It doesn't look like. Oh, that's the game. That's the game record. Oh, and you Tanuki? What? All right, Mike. Here's the thing. You can't play this move if you don't have a continuation. Like, this is a really bad exchange, because this shape actually doesn't help you, right? You still have this cut here later on. If white ever gets another move here, this just doesn't help. You gain nothing from this stone. Whereas later on, you can play a move like this. And that's really annoying if you're white, because white will have to come back and play some move over here anyway. And then maybe you can come up and encircle him. So this is a bad move. And then not having a follow-up, of course, if you have a follow-up, then sure, it's a great move. But since you really don't, it's a bad move. And you Tanuki, because it's a bad move, and you know it's a bad move, and you feel it's a bad move. All right, so let's pause for a second. Is black behind here? It doesn't feel like it yet, just in terms of points and development. Like, black still has Sente. Uh-oh. Did that crash? I don't know why I can't. Oh, my toolbar's over there. That's weird. But we have very limited points for white. We do have some cash for black. But I'm looking at this black group in the middle as the weakest group on the board right now. And that's a problem. That's how we're going to fall behind. If your opponent can attack you, you're going to fall behind. If you can attack your opponent's going to fall behind. All right, so we're going to play out a Joseki here. Oh, that's not Joseki. This is a bad result. You can play this here, right? Of course, I have to remember the Joseki. This does depend on the ladder. I think it's there. Is it there? Man, I haven't thought about this in a while. Why have I not played this one? This isn't right. Oh, no. Before you do this, you make this exchange. I think that's Joseki. And depending on what white wants, white will decide. But basically, if it goes like this... Why am I drawing a blank? Man, I'm having a rough mental day. This is a Joseki, right? Pretty sure of it. Why does it look so foreign to me? I don't know. But anyway, I'm pretty sure you should Hane here. This is the most common pattern. This is actually not using your cutting stone at all, because now white is so much stronger, white can respond to you more strongly. Oh, we're going to play there. No, if you're going to play that, you have to Hane. Yeah, well, you get the Hane anyway, but... now you don't need C18. White's going to take... I don't think that's necessary. I think white can even play this. This looks like it's a problem for white, but I really don't think it is, right? Because this just gets eaten. So white actually isn't... There's no threat for white to take if white just adds another stone over here. And this would be a very good result for white. This would be... at this point, I would say, I feel like black's in trouble already. In the game, white took, so that was a little bit soft. All right, this is a bad shape, because there's still so much shenanigans with this invasion. And doubly so if white gets this move, which is a move white wants anyway, because it extends from this thickness very nicely. Yeah, so at this point, we're only 50 moves in this game, and I don't like black anymore. Granted, white played this slow move. I would have much rather had a white move there, so I could develop either way as white. So here, let's just quickly recap. Where were moments where we sort of fell behind in our own little way? Again, we missed an opportunity here. We kind of missed an opportunity here. We still got to cut, but this move was too soft. No real pressure. I mean, actually, I should rephrase. There's still a lot of pressure, but the pressure could be more severe. Whereas if you do this, I mean, white just has to keep pushing, right? There's never going to be a cut here because white has to make you so much stronger. Even if you just play this, this would be a perfectly fine result. And if you want to play something a little bit more severe, you could even consider playing something like this. Like this would be just fine. And you could come over here. But you want a little bit softer, which is, you know, this is still playable. Okay, but here, again, I don't like this direction. These two exchanges were not good. Right, you want this group to be stronger so you can attack. So I understand why you want to play this in this case. But again, I still think the better way is to spread this group out away, you know, sort of not towards white. You know, this is away from white while still hemming white in. So I think that's what we needed to do. As this is a bad exchange, this just wastes so much Aji. I mean, even if you don't follow up here, like this would still be possible, right? Because later on you can play this move. And this would actually be pretty powerful against white. White actually has a little bit of a shape problem. If white doesn't respond to this, first of all, you have this peep. That could be terrifying for white. You know, it starts some sort of capturing rates, or at least you get to seal it in Sente. Alternatively, now this time there's actually a whole bunch of problems with this cut, because white definitely can't descend. White has to connect. But now when you come out, white can't really block you very easily. You have an extra stone here. So white has to keep crawling. And, you know, maybe at some point you can get enough liberties to actually come back and kill this thing. Or just live. I mean, it gives you options later. So this was a very bad exchange. And then we Tanuki'd again, leaving a weak group on the board. And then we did not play properly. We gave white a very strong outside. And then we played a bad corner shape. Whoops, that's not the game. This is way too slow for white. Oh, it's Sente. It's Sente. Or no, it's not. This is way too slow for white. You should just ignore and come out over here. What did you do? Okay, similar. I think you want to be a little more aggressive here, but that's okay. Good. Oh dear. All right. White is going all the way there. So I think I'm fine with this. Oh, that's what you played. Okay, good. Okay. You could play this here. This would be reasonable too. Or just this one. And just take the outside, and that way your little group isn't in trouble anymore. So white's this is very small in terms of points. White just basically said, I want to settle the area. I want no one to get anything big there. And you already have it broken up, so this is sort of like a meh kind of exchange. Like no one really cares. No one's really trying very hard for a lot of points. You guys are just keeping each other in check. Oh, I'm not sure how good that clamp is. Oh, I think you have to take this Atari right now, because then you can play this one. And later on that leaves the peep, so that's better. So, I mean, are you going to peep here later? I guess it's possible, but... Maybe. Alright, maybe. Oh dear. Yep. You say, I knew my mark stones were under a lot of pressure, but I felt like they could survive and took a big point. Yeah, well, first of all, this is not that big of a point. So your first assumption that you took a big point is wrong. But second, I think you should still play this way. Even though white has this move to counterattack it, you know, you have to do something here. Like this is pretty, if you just let white do whatever white wants here, it's actually quite severe. And again, actually, maybe if you did have this variation, you know, and white took this, you could actually just come out this way and make sure everybody's safe too. So again, my variation's a little bit better locally, just in the sense that it gives you this connection. Well, actually, maybe, I don't know if this stone has any effect on like the possibility in the corner for white. Maybe it does. Maybe this is a big move because it actually cleans up the corner. But still, you've played 5 moves in this corner, and it's still not really clean, if you believe it or not. Alright, white's going to poke out. White's just poking, poking. Okay, white didn't get anything. White's going to take second line territory. Alright, this board got really small. And maybe this was just because in the game we started playing a cross game. But look at the size of the territories. You know, there's really just this one big black one on the left. The development for this white is pretty undercut by this stone and this stone. This big black group still has no eyes. This is like 10 points, actually 15 if you count this. This is less than 10 points. This is less than 10 points. This is less than 10 points. This is almost basically, this is no points for black. So the score is going to be low. Like, this is going to be a low scoring game. You try to poke out. Oh, man. How big is this? Like, I think I would probably try to help this group while sealing in white here. And again, depending on, if you're worried about like white getting you sealed in over here, like I think this would be fine for you, right? Because now you'd have development here. Your corner group would be helped out tremendously. You know, you could even just connect here. Although, I can push in a little bit, but that's not much. Like, this will make sure black's very safe, and this will go right to endgame. Here, this is the type of move you want to play when you're going to attack this. This is very hard to attack, though, and white still has the Satari, still has room to expand this way. Yeah, I mean, you're playing Dame points. We basically just gave the J18 and K18 points to white. We just said, yep, they're yours. Yep, there's the point to attack. Although I kind of wonder if white should play this first. And now all of a sudden, this is basically announcing the splitting of the attack. We have this eyeless black group and this cornerless, or eyeless group in the corner. So I wonder if white was a little bit too nice to you here. Okay, totally undercut. Oh, white was way too nice to you. Yep. Because even though you don't have eyes, you more or less have connected 2 weak groups. Although white's going to try to not allow that to happen. Oh, isn't this better? Or maybe this one? It's actually kind of tough. What did you play? You played here? I mean, white just cuts here immediately, right? Yes. That's danger. Alright, so we didn't actually get connected. Is this anything? A little bit, actually. It's almost helpful, not quite enough. Yeah, so after here, I kind of wonder if you should adjust on this. Because this is, you know, most severe. If white tries to fight, you can just start this capturing race. And it certainly, I kind of assume that white can't win this, but maybe. What if we just play this out? We have 4 over here and 4 over here, and it's black to play. That should be a 1 capturing race for you. So this move is actually wrong in the sense that it's too soft, and you can just simply play here. And there's not a lot. Actually, wait, does white have 1 more liberty taken away if he does this way? I guess he does. That's interesting. If we take this and take this. Oh, but you still have this to make trouble. Yeah, I think you can still either get out or you know, push white around enough to win a capturing race. So I think this move is too soft. Like, doesn't actually threaten white. Yep. And now there's this big, giant, juicy cut. When you play this move, you have to think more about this cut. And I think in the end, you just have to give up those 2 stones. If white wants them, let white have them. You know, because it's not like white can really do anything terrifying over here if you play this way. What's the most terrifying thing white can do? White can play there, but you just give up 2 stones. You can more or less fix in Sente and take a big move. I don't know. Yes, this is bad. This is bad. I'm scared. Oh, and you end up giving up the 2 stones anyway. Why did white push there? Why didn't white do that? And sure, you can make 1 eye. Where's the other eye? Like, you're not going to play this, right? This doesn't work. This doesn't do anything. So this stone is super important. And was white just really give it up? Wow. Wow. Oh, and he just peeps at the cut here. You're so lucky. You're so lucky. Oh, man. And white's just gonna push us around. All right, you're actually gonna make what, almost 20 points here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 17 points. 15 to 17 points. Yep, white takes that. That's fine. Sure. I mean, endgame. This is a good move. Is it the biggest? Yeah, you got so lucky here. White didn't actually, like, attack you. Let's just do a little count. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the stones at? White has 4 of them. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, so white's still at about 60. That's pretty similar, I think, to what I had before, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So, I mean, as it is right now, it's really close. I've got white up by about 2 points with white to play. This is after Comey. All right, here comes a 3-3 invasion. And that's not right. Shouldn't white make a ko there? No, 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 no. Right, just here? Isn't this, like, dead? I can even do it this way, if you don't believe me. Like, this is just nothing. Like 1 eye, kind of dead. Dead looking. There is no cut here. Oh, there is a connection here, though, right? That's kind of cool. So you have to take... And then... No, that's still only 1 eye, so you don't have to actually do that. Yeah, there's nothing there. At this point, it's ko or death. And white chose death. At least in the way that this variation unfolded. Like, this is ko. But this way, when you just block here, it's just alive. So that's a huge loss. Like, how are you even in this game at this point? If white just took away 1, 2, 3... Oh, let's just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 15 points, basically. Is that a move? All right, oh, you're going to peep here and then cut? Is that the plan? No, that's not the plan. Okay. We're just making tiny bits of points. Tiny, tiny points. Okay, that was a big move, though. That was a pretty big endgame. So, who wins this? It has to be white, right? You say, play a little too quickly and see this was in fact not really Sente. It's a big move, though. That's a pretty big move. White can even ask first. Right? Take this and then take this. And then it sort of feels like black has to come back. Oh, man. So white just blocked. And then black, and you fix that way. So that yep, that's good for white. And we're poking, 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 poking. Poking. Oh, is that... I mean, It seems like you're going to get this in Sente anyway. Maybe you're not, but... Okay, well, you got everything you wanted. Cool. Poking, more poking. So... we'll just clean this up. Oh, there's a ko? That's weird. Scoring says, a narrow win. Black won? How did black win? Oh, well, I guess you... You did get all this. Yeah, you got good endgame here. You did get good endgame here, it turned out. How close was it? I want to actually... Wait, there it is. 2.5. Oh, no Comey. No Comey. Right. No Comey game. I forgot I was using Comey in my figures. So, well, congratulations. You did fall behind, though. Granted, it was never by a lot, right? Again, the game was... There's going to be a low-scoring game, period. But you did fall behind. Like in these fights, you were just sort of a move behind. Because, you know, too often you go and take a big move and not actually complete a shape or solve the problem. So yeah, I don't know if I explained why you... I think I feel like I explained why you fell behind in those situations. Now you did send me another game. After you got ranked up, I guess you played again and played some 6Q. Your first game as a newly minted 6Q. Even game? Cool. So I can actually add Comey and have it reflect the correct score. Let's take a look at this one and see how, if, and when you fell behind in this one. Alright, so pretty standard. Very standard opening. Here, I don't know. I would do this. Or even just this if you want to be simple. So you play this move when you want to break up something for white, like if white has big potential over here. For instance, maybe white has stones over here and over here. And you just want to break up the potential for a giant Moyo. That's usually when you jump out here. I'm not sure why all my tools are showing up on my other monitor right now, but they are, which is confusing me. When white doesn't have that potential, it's perfectly fine just to let white build a wall here, right? I mean, this would be... Again, I'd probably switch direction, but this would be very playable as well, and white would, of course, play here next. And in this case, I'd probably just play there and see what white did. See if white wanted to respond to this, or if he wanted to come into your corner. Of course, if white does that, you can come back and take this, and this would all be just fine. Different game. This is a really premature peep. Oh no. I think that direction's bad. Now, in this case, I would pretend that... I mean, maybe you know this Joseki and white just peeping threw you off. I would still actually make this exchange. Once you're committed to this Joseki, I think you're kind of committed to it. Although because white peeped and kind of ruined that Aji, you could actually play here and just start the fight immediately. And white's kind of committed to these 3 stones. And that way you'd preserve the invasion. Actually, this might be the better scenario because white has already exchanged his peep. But again, the normal Joseki, right? If white goes here, black, white. Or white, black. This would be normal Joseki. And maybe because you felt like you already answered this peep, you didn't want to do that. But again, the move you found really wasn't that exciting. But now I hope definitely play here or somewhere around there. Yeah, too small. Too small. You need more pressure. And again, this shape isn't the best corner shape either. In this shape, let me get on my edit tool. It's actually significantly better if this black stone is here. And that protects the corner actually tremendously better. Go back to the move tool. So let's ask the question again. Is black behind here? No, this is still a game, so not yet. Whoops. Here. White takes another big point. Yeah, because white doesn't feel the pressure on these two stones, although white should probably respond in this direction, right? This is where the action is. Probably just take this. Will be a very big move. Because this 3 black stone stick has is now involved in a fight. So white can take points and start the fight that way. This move doesn't feel like it's a big move, but it doesn't feel particularly important. Alright, so good. So you decide to do something over here. We're finally using the R13 stone, which I still think should be a little bit more severe in terms of its placement, and especially after the Shamari here, the O17 stone. Now that you've strengthened the corner, you want to extend further, right? You're sort of building like a 2-stone wall, so having this stone feels much too close. That feels kind of dubious for white. White should probably play there and just put a little more pressure. Second line? Oh, you're going to connect? Okay. Direction feels, I mean, white can sort of treat this as a reduction now instead of an invasion, and isn't as committed to these stones. So maybe white even considers us taking another big point. Okay. Oh no, why don't we do this? Is this bad? Are we scared of this? This would be good for you, right? Like now this group actually is relatively safe. You could even play this type of thing first. Keep pressure on. Or even poke through maybe and cut. Maybe we can't quite do that. Yeah, I guess we can do that. Yep. No, we can't. Sorry. White can still Atari there. Can't quite do that yet, but there's that threat. Alright, can't quite do that yet. I'd probably just make shape here, really expose this cut. But you played really soft here, and now white has guaranteed separating you, right? Now there's no connection this way. I'm not sure why you're not willing to do this and make this exchange. Maybe you're scared of white pulling back here, but then you still get to make the shape you want, and white's shape is worse. Right? Whereas in the game, white gets to play here. And now there's no defects in the connection point. All you have is this peep. And actually, white could even make eyes. Alright, so you come up, white comes out, and yeah, we're on the run now. We have a running battle. Alright, so white takes a slow move. I think that's bad direction. I think white should go faster. Maybe not direction, wrong speed. I'm not sure why white needs to play so solidly. What? This is what white does? We're in the middle of this battle! White, what are you doing? I'm not even sure if that's worth responding to right now. I think you just come here. I think this would be so much better. Right? Even if it just goes like this, and actually there's other variations that are pretty cool. Like this is a cool sort of bossing around kind of defense, right? But there's only one way. Maybe white takes the Atari first and then connects, but still the result is very similar in the sense that white still has problems. Of course you still have a problem too, but maybe that's why we don't play that way. We try to just solidify. If it just goes like this, now all of a sudden this group is so much stronger. We could even play here later. And this would be a very harrowing move for white. White would have to play this move. And maybe we could even make some other exchanges here. Actually, that's a bad one. Don't make that one. If we do this, I don't know, we can build something pretty big here, actually. Yeah, I don't think this is worth responding to. I think the action's here. Of course, white respond. I would definitely not respond to this one now. Right, I would definitely come back and play this. Why? No, wrong direction. Cut it out. Michael. What direction do you want this white group to go in? Do you want it to go out into the center where it's safe and can re-attack you? Or do you want it to go in the direction of all your other strong stones? And again, you saw in the previous game, this corner is not actually completely safe yet. And when white comes here, if white is going to induce you to, I don't know, make some safety moves in the corner, you're going to get the entire corner for free. He's going to help you make it safe. So this is terrible. You have to stop this. Like even if you don't fall behind at this moment, you should. Like this is, oh, this hurts me. Like I feel like I'm in physical pain right now when I see this move. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna drink my tea. Oh, it just kills me. Oh man, this is so greedy. It's so greedy. Look, you're trying to make like 5 points. Use your stones into the stones. Just sweep them. So this is how you don't fall behind and go. You don't play little greedy moves like this that are worth 5 points. You don't do that. You have to use your strong stones. Oh my god. Alright, what happened? Yeah, of course white went there. Yes. Now all of a sudden our black stick and these 2 stones are in trouble again. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Alright, so the idea of this one is better, but it's still not good. The idea of this one isn't just to make points, it's also to keep this separated from this group. But it doesn't matter, white's too far out. I mean, white has enough liberties now to actually attack you strongly or connect up to something else. Like this, is that the game? No. White took a big point. That's reasonable. That's reasonable, actually. Trying to set up to really attack this from this direction. I kind of wonder, though, what happens if white just does this directly? How bad is it? I mean, clearly it's some sort of fight. Maybe there's something where maybe black has to just come here and just sort of give up, quasi-give up. This might be too soft from white, but this would give white the entire outside. Like, look at these 3 black stones. Like, even if you live here, right, you can live. Or you are alive, I should say that. White owns the entire outside of this board. So this is also a slow move for, I mean, the idea, like, this is the correct direction now, I think. Here, I think, well, maybe not, because white could still justify easily playing another move over here to strengthen while attacking, but yeah, these are just very soft moves. Okay. I'm not sure how to continue attacking white's group. Yeah, it's hard right now because you're not strong either. But I think this is better. Like, ask right now. Can I just make a base for this group? And if you can't, that's fine. You can... Is this end in... Maybe this doesn't quite end in Sente. I was hoping this ends in Sente because of this stone, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Because you have this move. White kind of feels... I don't know. I mean, this would give you sort of an eye. I don't know. This is another possibility of just taking this corner right now. And assuming that white has to come back here. Something like this. Now you just have to keep up the pressure on this group while you secure your own. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. You want to play something on 1? No, you don't. This is not where the action is. You want to go for the invasion round 2? Nope, that's not where the action is yet either. This is the action. You have 2 weak groups here, dude. Everything you do has to be in consideration of what's going to happen to these 2 weak groups. 1 white, 1 black. That's... actually seems like a pretty decent response from white. I might even go as far as to say that that's good enough. Because white is basically saying, alright, you need to make a base there, and while you're making a base there, I'm going to separate these 2 groups, your weak one from the one that you're trying to make right now. And that would be very difficult to deal with. Right? If you just try something very simple like this, white's just going to come up here and start threatening to eat this whole thing. But this is very similar. This is a very similar style move to the kick. Okay, that's fair. Oh, that's way too soft as white. White, look at all the weak black groups. We have this weak group, we have this weak stone, and technically this group, the corner group, even though it's not killable right now, it can be harassed later, especially if white, as you notice, white gets one more move. It's not the most important thing on the board because it's not weak yet, but the point is white can make it weak later. So as long as white just keeps you separated everywhere, I don't see a way for you to win this game. Like, you are way too greedy. You like these huge corners, and these are getting you in big trouble, and that's how you fall behind. Because you like, I know I've told my students before, just make a box. But this is not the kind of box I usually mean. The problem with this box is it has way too many stones in it. I only want stones on the outside, if whenever possible. So you're working way too hard to make a box here. Like, way too many moves. Okay. Yep. White's now finally going to split you. Oh gosh. Alright, so now it's come true. We have 3 weak black groups. I'm going to be very impressed, though, if you win this game. Be very impressed. Yeah, that's a little sad. Although, I kind of wonder if that's just better. This feels like it keeps more pressure on everything. Because it kind of feels like black needs to get out this way somehow. But white is not unhappy about this either. I don't know if you can, I don't even think you can really play that. You have to play something like this. That's messy too. I don't know, this is just terrifying for black. Because you still need to do something here, but if you do, then this is all going to die. We've made one too many weak groups on this board, Michael. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to get that one out. Alright, so now that one's more or less alive. Alright, so you're going to harass it. Is it Sente? Kinda. Okay. But yeah, that's a problem. That seems greedy. That seems really greedy. Just come out here, right? You can't protect these points. There's not that many points in the corner anyway. Right? Because if you do this later on, white is just going to get this for free, and then get to Hana here for free. So, I mean, at most, we're talking 10 points. At most. And there's a lot of... like, if you take the 10 points, and white gets to play here, all of a sudden we have a weak group on the board again. And let me say, just on this board, a weak group is worth way more than 10 points. You don't have time to block off that corner. Is that necessary? That's the worst thing white can do. If I would just play here as white pretty instinctually. So maybe you can counterattack this way, but this doesn't seem that good either. Because it looks like white can just play here. And oh, that's interesting, but it doesn't quite work. Yeah, black. Yeah, white. You got lucky again. I don't think white needed to respond so slowly here with this move. All right, so we're almost connected 2 of the 3 weak white groups. Oh, and white comes back to save his. Okay. All right. Interesting. Yep. All right. Does that connect? What happens if white plays here right now? Do you block this way? And how about here? And then this way? And then I want you to notice that if you can't actually, or that you actually can't Hane here. Because if you do, super bad things are going to happen. Oh. So this is actually kind of difficult. This is one more reason why we actually don't want to play that B15 stone. We want to take the outside. Alright, but anyway, your opponent's very nice. He just protects, okay. Not very severe. Alright, and then more or less links up. Plays endgame. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, yeah. This is normal. Normal shape. Not much white can do. Yep. So white will get to Hane there for free later, but this is not the stuff that makes me stressed out. Sure. No, wait, what? No! I talked myself out of just saving my corner. Which corner? This one? You're strong now, though, right? This shouldn't end with anything terrible happening. And also, second, though, you should play this one. Like, now that you are, like, 90% sure that you're fine with the stick group, you can play the most, you can play the most severe one. And just come take away White's corner. And, in the meantime, this also has the nice benefit of unguaranteeing White his or her eyes. So you definitely want that one. This is way too soft. Is that biggest? I guess. I mean, it's big. I'm just looking at moves up here. Maybe bigger. Again, corner was bigger than all these. White defends. I'm not convinced White can actually live now because you have all of these stones. Like, again, normally this is like a ko kind of shape. But if you just take this, let's see, how can we live with White if Black plays something like this? I suppose it's possible. Not really sure how. Maybe we can... This just connects, right? This is not anything. I guess we can play that sorta for free. Sorta. Not guaranteed free. That's Sente-ish. I don't know how you live here. I don't know. So I think this move is, or your 3/3 move here, 85, really redundant. Yep, White gets all these points now. You could have taken these. What? Oh, you Tanuki this a while ago. Right. Because we didn't play the good one. We played the bad one. Is this anything? Not really, right? We just fixed that way. Maybe we have to give up 2 stones, though? Looks like we might have to give up 2 stones. So there's actually some danger in here, especially after you don't have the corner eyes. That's a weird move. Why not here? Not sure what I missed. But okay, he played there. Pokes, taking pokies. That's actually surprisingly big, this White descent. Alright, you guys aren't gonna attempt any mischief there. Okay, so we're pretty much... Oh, White did end up getting the 2 points, or those 2 stones, though. Interesting. Oh, this was a big... This should have been taken a long time ago. That was really big. Yeah, okay. So... Let's see what the score is, and then what we can try to say, we'll try to ask ourselves one more time, when did you fall behind? It seems like I was able to profit initially from attacking. Not really. I mean, so... Alright, officially you did get more than 5 points, right, from that attack, right, because you essentially got these 5 points, and maybe these 5 points. So, I mean, you got 10 points from that attack, but it got you in so much more trouble in the middle. Yeah, you let your groups suffer, and so let's see what it says for the score. It says White by 6.5. Yep, White by Comey. So, you know, when did you fall behind? When did you fall behind? Actually, I think the moment where I stopped, right, where you attacked from that direction, I think was such a much bigger turning point than you gave it credit for. This move. Like this move, I now feel like Black is behind because Black's the only one with issues on the board. I mean, white sort of has an issue, but it's further out, right? So, yeah, at this moment, and even then, white didn't really test you too much. White played very, very soft. Again, I kind of wonder what happens if white just pushes and cuts here. And if you try to back off, I'm not sure that's any better. Maybe is there some way to punish the corner? But it's white is fine. White can either live in the corner, right, if you do this, or white will make a base out here if you take the corner. So I think that's the game. I mean, that's you ask me when when do you fall behind? This is the situation where you like legitimately fall behind. And in the end, right, this got you an extra 10 points. This is a 10-point move. But it gave you so many issues here. Whereas even though this looks like it's not taking any points, this power you'll get in the middle of the board will reverberate throughout all of this, and you'll just be able to invade everywhere you want. And if white doesn't let you get these 10 points, who cares, right? If white can't make any points anywhere else because you can invade wherever you want, you don't need 10 points here, right? You'll make points here, you'll make points here, or you'll make points by attacking and building something in the middle. Like, there's so many good things to do on this board. It's very difficult for white to know what to do here. I think, again, like I sort of played out in the previous variation, I think white needs to try something like this. And again, you can sort of go for the go for broke variation, or sort of the safety variation. Although, of course, I guess the safety variation makes this stone look kind of dumb. So if white jumps here, maybe we have to poke this way? I'm not really sure. And the best white can do is do something really horrific like this. Like he needs to move here. I don't know, if that makes your corner completely solid territory, white still needs a move to connect. Now you come here. I'm feeling pretty good as black, to be honest, Michael. I'm going to feel pretty good as black, even if white just connects out like this. And I'm not even sure white can. I'm sure there's a more severe way to play this, because white now needs to come here. And if you get white on the defensive, you're putting white on his heels, you get to come here. And again, because there's this invasion, it doesn't feel like white really has an interest in trying to counterattack here. You could even just play this way. And I don't know if you want to need that stone there or not, but you probably don't. But even this would feel great. Look at this giant thing. I know you like giant territory. And your cut's all defended, right? There's just no weakness here. The best white can do is just sort of reduce. But that's this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's just a clean 30-point territory that you just made in the middle of white's influence. So easy. And maybe you say, well, but look at all the stuff white gets. Well, sure, but if white had to do all this, he already gave you, right? This is almost 30 points as well, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, like 28, 27 points, something like this. You know, you're already over 60 points. This is small, and this is medium. Nothing there. So is this a 40-point territory? Can white make a 40-point territory here? I'm not so sure. I would tend to doubt it. You can even just play out like this. Even if white gets all this endgame, right? We just reduce. Yeah. So anyway, that's how you fell behind. Attacking while greedy. So anyway, I hope that helps and gives you a little bit more insight into, your own game and where your weaknesses are and what you can still improve upon in order to get to 5Q. But you have a lot of your skills are in place. A lot of your foundational skills. I mean, you're making good shapes in general. A lot of other games I look at from other players, right? They have a lot of shape problems. They don't know when to attack. I think you often know when to attack, you don't necessarily know the direction. And sometimes, like in your other game, when you should be attacking, or at least defending against an attack, you didn't know, it seemed to me at least, that you didn't know how or where exactly to play, so that's when you got yourself into trouble in Tanuki'd. But that's the hard part about Go, quite honestly. You know, that's the part that I'm still improving at a lot as well, or I need to improve it a lot in my own game as well. So let's go. Let's go. But anyway, thanks for sending these in, Michael. I hope you enjoyed the review, and all of you who watched it, I hope you also learned a little bit about, you know, how you fall behind in a game of Go. Right? It's usually not necessarily just in the opening, especially if you're at the Q level. It's these directions that we decide to push our stones into that often don't work the way out we think it should. So anyway, see you next time.